Hello, everyone. Welcome to X's and O's with LeRoy Butler. It's week 1.
I like this.
And we're going to do a little primer on Jeff Hafley, the Packers' new defensive coordinator. Now, to remember, to clarify, he was a secondary coach for the San Francisco 49ers when Robert Saleh was there. Robert Saleh is a disciple of Pete Carroll, who runs the cover 3 defense, which we'll kind of explain here. It's a 4-3 defense, 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers. Hafley then later went to Boston College. He also worked at Cleveland. Anyway, not to confuse you, look at, this is 49ers defense, because this is the closest thing we'll see to what Hafley does.
And I think most fans will be glad to hear that, because San Francisco, the last 8 to 10 years, having great defenses.
Great defenses. Yeah. So why don't you explain to us, this is a 4-3 look with a single safety that we can't see back here, which makes it a cover 3. 1, 2, 3, and then this is
there's
the 3
safety.
Runner. Okay. So why don't you start with up front there?
Can you erase that for me? Yeah, I think first of all, the whole concept of you got 4 guys going after the quarterback, it puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback to, are they going to be in zone? Are they going to run a blitz? But say they know you're going to run this cover 3 scheme, which is fine. But you notice guys are going to be right here, and you got to be great tacklers here. And you're putting pressure on the receivers because they're in bump, even if they bail. But the thing about it is what these guys try to do here is make sure these guys stay clean. So the Fred Warner in this defense could be Quay Walker. You got to make sure he is clean to go sideline to sideline. But these guys got to be unselfish. They just can't always go to the quarterback, Tom. They got to figure out, they got to play the run on the way to the quarterback.
Right. That's a great point.
Yes.
The way I always think of it is, so you have your defenses where it's 2 gaps. So this guy has to cover here and here. So he's going to hold up this guy until he sees where the running back goes. But from what I could see, these guys, like, if you got a shoulder, just take it.
Yes.
You know, if you can get inside them, just take it.
Yes.
The idea is we're going to cause havoc. We're going to somehow break up your blocking scheme by just getting upfield. I don't think it's too complicated, right?
No, because real quick, we would have to the strong side would be Gilbert Brown, and he would 2-gap. On this side, the flex side, we would have Sentinel. And then we would have Reggie White on the strong side, Sean Jones on that side. And what we would do was, these guys, they got to make a call, some kind of call to know either we're going to slide the line, bang it, mean block the guy that's in front of you, or you got to protect the gap. Depends on what play's called. But what happened was, when you're in this defense, you can always get, immediately 7 guys in the box.
8.
And then the 8th guy is always the free guy.
Yeah. they bring the safety down.
It's always the free guy.
So Aaron Rodgers is looking at this, and he's like, okay, 8 guys in the box, not a good running down.
Right.
But then he's got, his 2 corners are in bump coverage, so he's going to think, okay, I maybe have single on Devontae Adams, but he doesn't know if this guy's going to come out and help.
Or they can get to a cover 2 like that anyway. You can get to a cover 2.
Right.
He can roll up. See, that's A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
They can roll up, but the safety can be here and just rotate.
Right.
And they can also rotate both safeties to his side. And the linebackers can be very aggressive. Anything underneath. But in this defense, you got to be good tacklers. Because the next pitcher, do the next pitcher. Now, look at that. If you can get a one-on-one matchup, and that's what you're hoping with 52, I just want a one-on-one, or with 90, Okay, now you're gonna get a double team in here, but it's gonna be a one-on-one here, and if that's 97, that's what you want. That'll keep the back in. Now the quarterback's holding the ball. Whoever has the one-on-one got to get the sack.
Right.
And that's what this defense does. Because okay, Devontae here is gonna run like an out route because he's bailing, but sometimes quarterbacks get frustrated because they got to take this little chip. They want to go down the field. What this defense does is no big plays. You rally up and become good tacklers and make them earn it. Because sooner or later you're going to make a mistake. And that's what the biggest defense of 4-3 brings for you.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, and now if he is all day, then it's another question.
Yeah.
But if there's some pressure here, there's just this line of defenders, so you don't really have any choice but to dump it off.
Right.
And what these guys do is just rally to the ball. Here's another one where this time they're playing a little more. This is off coverage on Devontae Adams, and then here's a linebacker coming over to double, right?
Yeah, see, they can get to a cover 2 or cover 3, but say this is a bunch.
Yeah.
You just go to the flat. You get the first guy deep, and you get the next guy inside. Now he brings the ball down. Whoever at the one-on-one, you got to get there. And then you know what? You can also, up here, you can also let this guy go, and you can come up and blitz. It's a lot of things you can do with it. Or you can slide the line and bring somebody like a corner blitz. It's a lot of things you can do in this. That's why I like it.
It just occurred to me, this is a linebacker. I think he's following this guy.
Yes, 3rd and 6.
Right?
Yeah.
But what you see is that, okay, he's protecting the first down. They expect him to rally up. If he throws it there, he's got all this room to stop the first down.
Absolutely.
And they expect him to make the tackle, and they expect these guys to help. And so that's kind of, how many times did we see the Packers play beyond the first down marker and give up the first down?
Yeah, that was frustrating.
These guys play the first down marker.
A lot more aggressive.
Yeah. And, okay, so now we're going to switch over to the run game.
Now, this is what I liked about the running game. Because at any time, you can get the 8-man in the box. But the lineman got to figure out who's going to block who, and you got to make sure that guy is always clean.
That's Fred Warner, and it will be Quay Walker
hopefully it's
in
Quay
the
Walker.
Packers defense.
Because, they got 2 clean guys. But if you think about it, is once you got 5 guys, the 5 linemen, you got 4 linemen to get them. Sometimes we would run a game on 1st or 2nd down to confuse the offensive line because they said, well, they don't run games until 3rd down. We would do it in these base coverages and run what we call a smoke solid, like a fire zone. You can blitz, one of your linebackers in the weak side. He can come here and make a play at any time. And that's why it's always difficult to run on a 4-3 if you got at least 1-2 gapper. He'll never get fooled on a screen play because he's always looking for screens and draws.
And this is a 1st and 10, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defenders. So they still have 4 guys out there, but these 2 guys we talked about going upfield, they're trying to get upfield and make sure that they get locked into this double team.
Yeah, you see 2 guys on him, and you see 2 guys on him. That means you got 2 free guys.
Let's take a look at that from another angle.
Yeah, look at that. You got 2 guys here. Now, I know it's a white glove, but you got look. But
happens all the time.
They're tying up 2 guys, 2 guys on 1 guy. Guess who's free?
Completely free.
And guess who's free?
Right.
That's the defense.
Yeah.
Because if we can keep 50, well, in this case 7, but 54 clean, we're going to beat anybody. Now, in a perfect world, you see Jink looking like, I want to come off, but he can't.
Right.
And, you're thinking the center, well, I want to come off, but if I come off, then he's going to come in this gap and make the play.
Yeah.
So that's what a 4-3 does to you, too.
The hope is that I think this was Brian Balaga, is that he can get
Yeah.
over and wall this guy off, and then he's in for the score.
Yes.
But you got to have a guy like Fred Warner, and he's got to hit it, right?
If he's shooting that, once he sees it, he's coming.
He's got to beat this block right
Yes.
here.
Exactly.
And that's what he wound up doing on this particular play. Okay, now another 1st and 10. You can't see the secondary here, but they're only rushing 4 guys, and all they're giving them is Devontae Adams right there. Go ahead,
Yep.
throw it to him.
Yeah, you can have it.
And we'll show you why
And they're
it's
up.
okay to throw it to
And
him.
you see they're up 30-8,
Yeah.
and they're playing this 1 or 2 defenses. Really, just cover 3, strong or weak, maybe cover 2 every now and then. Remember Tampa 2?
Yeah,
That's all Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks. They just ran. We just rushing 4 and playing coverage.
yeah. And you
I mean,
try
we
to
blitz
get
every now and then,
right.
but I mean, you just come to us.
So, okay, we'll let you throw it to him, but then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys
Yes.
to bring you down.
Here's why this play is so significant. You see all these guys, Bosa's on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
So they've substituted, and the guys are still hustling. And that's what Hafley's going to bring to
They
the
got to
team.
have that. Yeah.
They got to have guys going to the ball all the time because you never know, he may fumble. You scoop it and score.
Yeah.
And that's what the biggest difference you'll see in this defense, guys hustling.
In this defense, Quay Walker should have 120 tackles.
Easy.
You know.
I mean, 2 picks, 5, 6 sacks, all pro. I mean, because he is not going to be blocked. He's going to be free all the time. And I'm just one of the few guys I already pinned him in as an all pro because he got that kind of talent.
Okay, so Jeff Hafley was at Boston College last year.
Don't bring up Boston College because they beat Florida State. So
He's the head coach. Now, similar 4-man front.
Yep.
We're seeing the safety come down, 8th man in the box. These are the 2 linebackers.
Yep.
Okay. Now.
And they're not hard to find either. I mean, they're
Right.
not. They're. Hey, listen, we know y'all know what we're going. We're going to. I just need these guys to go, and we're going to pressure you. Right when you think we're in cover 3, then they bring a little pressure and they may drop somebody.
Right. So they're going to predict. Here we'll see the rush. So they
Yes.
decide they're going to bring these linebackers down, and so they got 1, 2, 3, 6 guys rushing.
Yes.
Right? And this guy
Yes.
could still do a delay if he wanted. I think he's got to cover him, but they could do that if necessary.
Yeah, I mean the disguise is there though. I mean you got to figure it out. They hoping this quarterback.
What's the quarterback's options here?
Well, you can look for the one-on-one here. If you're seeing that, you just do a slant. But this is where it'll fool you because even if you say, oh, it's casino, I'm going up here because the safety is this deep.
Mm-hmm.
I can hit him in that first window. But when you go to the next photograph, this is where it gets you. They drop a guy and you throw it right to him. Remember B.J. Raji against Chicago?
Right.
Popped out, quarterback throws it to him. If worst case, he looks for the next window, and then you're hoping your guys are there by now,
Mm-hmm.
or make him pull the ball down.
Right. And on that other side, you've got all these guys playing this in front of the sticks. So it's
Right.
3rd and 7.
Yep.
So you smartly have these guys play up on them, and he doesn't have an easy throw over here. This is his guy, and they force the blitz. Now,
Yep.
I think they'll be more sophisticated than that, but this is just an example of what Hafley can do.
And that's
in a
his
4-3.
thinking, though. I can rush forward anytime. I'm going to try to fool you at times. I can pop guys out, or I can keep them up there and go.
Yeah.
Just force the issue. He's very aggressive. And I know that was one of the first things in his press conference. I think he used an aggressive word, that they're going to be aggressive or going after you quite a bit. You can just feel the energy when he's teaching his players, in the meeting room and on the field, that he knows, put it this way, he's well aware of the previous coordinator wasn't really aggressive.
Right. And I think he will blitz more than we saw in the preseason.
Yes.
But I still think the fundamentals are, play in front of the sticks.
Yes.
Make you throw it
Yes.
underneath, and then your guys, your athletic, fast guys,
Yes.
your safeties,
Yes.
your corners have to come
No
down
explosion
and tackle.
plays. That's plays over 25 yards. Yeah, you can't have those. And that's the reason why I think the defense will be better. If you limit explosion plays, make them earn it, because the more plays, you know, you got opportunities to get turnovers. It's about turnovers.
And what the defensive line guys said was, with this aggressiveness, they know there could be times they, get pushed out and they complete 8-yard passes, but they're looking for minus plays. So if they can stop a guy for -1, if they can get a sack, that changes the down and distance, and then they're in favor. So they're going after the defensive linemen. In their heads are minus plays. Minus plays.
That's the analytics part of it.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see whether they can do that against.
And you'll be able to see guys turning and running too. When he throws the ball, turn and run.
All of those guys talked about that.
Yes.
That as soon as it's thrown here, their job is to get down and make that tackle.
Because it's going to be hot in Brazil, I'm assuming.
It's actually not too bad. I looked at it on Friday. It's like 68 degrees.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be hot. Okay.
It's like only hot when I get there.
Okay. Well, go to the beach for me. Work on your tan.
Okay. Well, hopefully this gives you a good idea of what you might see on Friday night. And, of course, we'll be back following week and see if, what we saw. We'll break down what we saw.
I'm excited because it's some newness to everything, but the defense and special teams has to come through, because that could be the difference in the game. And I already did the prediction, 31 and 17. But again, anywhere you download podcasts, get your podcast, look for the Leap 36 podcast with me and former Packer Gary Ellerson.
All right. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.